Welcome to Fashionably Broke.
I'm kidding, don't use that.
Just wear whatever the hell you
Like,
want.
literally just...
We're living on a McDonald's budget.
Just because you're broke doesn't mean you have to dress like it.
I don't know. Oh well. Okay, we can get started.
Okay. Hey guys, and welcome back to Fashionably Broke podcast. Hopefully I'm more easing to listen to this week because I know last week was probably a freaking hard one to get through. And if you did, thank you. That's a true listener because I am so sorry. So glad I'm feeling better now.
Yeah.
Thank the freaking Lord.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to get into this week's episode. I'm kind of excited to be back in our groove. I felt like I was sick for almost 2 weeks and like
It's throwing
I
everything
feel
off.
so much better that I'm like back in my groove, ready to get stuff done.
Oh, well, good. I'm so glad that you're feeling better.
Yes, thank you. But, you know, as always, we start out with our highs and lows. So, Maddie, give us a rundown, highs and lows. We can recap. How was everything?
Good. I'm trying to think if I have any highs and lows. I guess low, I'm supposed to get my hair done, but I end up I can't make the appointment. So I don't know when I'm gonna get my hair done next. And I feel like it just needs to be done. But I don't know if I'm sick of the blonde.
It is fall. Like, you know what I mean?
know.
Like, it's officially fall. And, like, the next time you go, it's probably going to be, like, what? Like, mid-November?
Probably. But, okay, so here's the thing. Because I've been like, okay, do I just want to, ditch the blonde? Like, it's just a lot of upkeep. I'm having to go all the time. And, I cut my hair short. But, I feel like it's starting to get unhealthy again. So I'm like, what do I do? There's not much else you can do other than stop bleaching it. But you know how it was this trend going on TikTok for the past few weeks where people are testing out different hair colors with the AI filter?
Yes. Well,
So,
what have you done it?
Yes. And I looked terrible in every color other than blonde or the teddy blonde.
Really?
Yeah. So
Did you save the video?
I think I have one saved, and I'm like, okay, well maybe is it the picture I used? Did the picture I use is it bad? Because not gonna lie, I can't tell you the last time I took a selfie, a decent selfie.
Yeah.
So I was scrounging on finding something, and and it's not one of those things where it was okay, I'm not used to seeing myself with that hair color. No, it looked terrible. So
I want to try it because I've yet to try it whatsoever, but I just don't think I can go any other color, but my friends are begging me to go back blonde or add some kind of blonde. And I'm like,
I
guys,
think that you need
no.
to go a really deep red.
But I honestly feel like that's my hair already. In the sunlight, it's bright red.
I think just then taking that and then really running with it. I feel like it would look so freaking good. And I know you just won't do it. I know.
No,
I know.
don't think I would ever do
know. But I don't know. It just all looks so terrible. And then it's one of those things where if I go a different color, then it's going to take so long if I ever want to go back blonde. It's going to take forever. So I don't know.
Do you know who's going back blonde?
Who?
Kristen.
Really?
Yeah. Because, she was blonde for
Yeah.
years. All throughout college, she was blonde. I love her blonde. I really do. I love it. But, I mean, it is going to be a lot of upkeep. And, that's expensive. But she's like, no, I love my blonde. I'm like, okay, I can go back.
It's hard to go back. But, I don't know. I just feel like the blonde fits me better. Fits my skin tone better. And just, my complexion and my personality. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm too scared.
Well, why don't you go, I mean, you've gone blonde before. Why don't you just go a little darker? You don't have to go full brunette.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking of doing a teddy blonde. So
No, I think that would look so good. And that's a great start. And I think you can probably get your hair so freaking healthy even doing that.
adding in some low lights. But anywho, so that's, I guess, my low is I just don't know what to do. I feel like I need to change, even though I just chopped my hair off. I'm I don't know. I just feel like I need something different. And then my high for the week, so far, I don't really have a high other than it was my great grandma's 100th birthday this past weekend. It was actually last Thursday, but I flew into Austin and then we drove to San Antonio with my family and we went and celebrated with our extended family. So it was so great getting everyone under the same roof again, especially at my great grandma's house because the last time we had pretty much all been together was right before COVID.
Really?
It was 2019. It was the last Thanksgiving we all had like together as like a big family because there's like a ton of cousins, like my dad's cousins and everyone comes in.
Right.
And so like the last time was 2019. So it had been 5 years. So it was so nice just to like see everyone, all of the kids that have grown, and just, spend some time with family and celebrate 100, like, because that's insane. 100 years old.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
She is the cutest too. And after like she blew out all the candles, she made like a little speech and she pretty much was like, everyone needs to keep like their party dresses and slacks ready for next year because she's gonna be celebrating 101. So we were like, slay, yes ma'am, we'll be there. But it was
that video
so cute.
was so freaking cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. And then there was like a little decoration thing that basically had, because she was born in 1924. Like when you think about it, that's insane. It's crazy. And so there was like this big like sheet type thing. It was a decoration, but it basically had like a little like all these factoids about like 1924, like the popular names, like new things that had just come out, famous people that were born that year. Like it was all of these little factoids, which was so cute. And one thing is we always used to spend Thanksgiving with Grandma Chucky, my great grandma. And it was like a huge thing. Like we'd go watch we'd watch the parade on TV, have Thanksgiving, then we'd watch the Cowboys like every year. And so the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade started in 1924. So she's going to be able to see the 100th year celebration, which is so cute.
My God.
It's so cute. Yeah. And it's just like, it made perfect sense. It truly made perfect sense because like we literally used to spend every Thanksgiving with her. So I was like, I love it. I love it. But yeah.
Are y'all going to Thanksgiving there this year?
So sadly, I will be in Louisiana.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
gotta rotate when you have a significant other.
Yeah, we're a significant other, and we live in a different state. So this year we're switching holidays. So like last year I spent Christmas with Morgan's family, and we did Thanksgiving with mine. So we're gonna swap, and we'll do Thanksgiving with his, Christmas with mine, which also. It works out because, like, his parents' birthday both fall on, one is Thanksgiving, one is Christmas.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah. So, last year we missed his mom's birthday because obviously we were in Texas. So this year we'll be there for his mom's birthday and then miss his dad's.
I guess that's kind of how, honestly, my parents are. My dad's birthday is always around Thanksgiving and my mom's is New Year's.
So, I know, I feel so bad because I'm, like, ripping him away from, because he's been going to their holidays, obviously, every year for almost 30 years. So I was like, yeah, well, I'm from a different place, so I'm forcing you. We're gonna, but yeah, I think that's it for my highs and lows. Other than that, I mean, I just hung out, in Austin at my parents' house. I got a sunburn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got a
last one of the season, baby.
Yep. Swimming in the pool. And, I mean, that's about it. What about you? What are your highs and lows?
Oh, excuse me. I had a little burpee. Oh, my God. Again. Sorry. I'm drinking Diet Coke right now. Bad idea. Anyways.
Three sneezes is lucky, so our 3 burps.
Yeah.
That's
lucky.
what we'll
say. Call it. My parents are actually here right now. They can probably hear me recording right now. So they came in on Sunday. They're staying till Wednesday, just doing stuff around the house. I actually switched out my
bed.
my beds from my guest
Yay.
to my bedroom.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of just felt like I was like in middle school or like high school again, where you would just like rearrange your room and it
you're
like felt
yes.
brand new. Yeah. So honestly, like I really like it. I just need to get like a new rug for my bedroom and like a bigger one. I'm really trying to like start decorating now because I've been here like a year and a half and I have not done
It's okay. It takes
anything.
time.
But my issue is like I've already said this. I'm so indecisive. Like I don't even know where to start. But whatever. We'll
I feel
figure
like
it
it's
out.
one of those things where honestly, you just need to buy things, try it out, and if you don't like
Yeah.
it, return it.
Yeah. No, I freaking definitely agree. I've been trying to find like the perfect prints, but I'm like, just freaking buy them. And like
Yeah.
if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It is what it is. But that has been fun. I'm feeling better. Thank God.
Thank God.
I just feel like when you're sick, you're like, I would do anything to like get my health back. Like I just want to feel normal again.
Yeah.
God, please. So it feels so nice to freaking feel normal again. My low, I don't really think I have a low,
Yay.
honestly. This week has been good. This week has been good. This weekend, I really didn't do much. I went to the Island with Hannah, which is like a restaurant that
I
her
was
girlfriend
like,
Lauren works at.
Damn, you went to an island?
No. It's just like an outdoor restaurant that's like on the lake. It was honestly really nice. Like I really enjoyed it. So we went there for lunch, hung out, and then that's really all. It was nice to just like chill out and not do anything. But this upcoming weekend, I'm excited because Xandra is playing at Texas Live, and we have tickets to go.
Really? Oh my God.
See
So this past weekend, LSU played UCLA.
Oh yeah,
And she played
was
in
there.
Fred's. Yeah. And I'm like, of course. I missed it.
But I'm just wondering, which granted she's just like starting out, but like the tickets were free,
Really?
and I'm like, I'm like, not even like $20, like something. So
I wonder if she's like doing like promote like there with someone or like someone like is like paying for it, not the like I don't know.
I don't think so because it only has like her name on there, and she is playing 11 to 2.
Damn.
And like, yeah, no, I know. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to take like a nap before we go out. Like, but I'm excited. I'm
That'll
excited
be
to kind
so
of like
much fun.
see what the vibes are. And especially, I love Texas Live. Texas Live is always like so freaking fun, and the atmosphere is so fun. But I'm curious to see what it's like. So I'm looking forward to all of that.
That'll be so much fun. I'm jealous. I've been like dying to see her perform.
Yeah, so I'm excited. But other than that, I'm just chilling out this week. And yeah, me, my mom, and my dad are going to a Tucker Carlson show on Tuesday.
Super
So that'll
fun.
be fun. Yeah. And then, yeah, that's about all.
I'm trying to think if I have anything coming up this weekend. No, all of my friends are currently in London.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I'm just like living vicariously through them, and I know at some point in their trip they're gonna go to Paris. So I'm just waiting. Like they're like posting stories, and I'm just like, oh, that looks fun. All right, that looks super
you're like,
fun.
I'll meet you there. I know. I've been seeing all their stories. I'm like, God, we need to make a trip.
No,
we
I
need to do
know.
something.
I know. Oh my God, except I think I'm going to be going out of the country for the first time ever at the beginning
Where?
of next year. Somewhere in Mexico.
For what?
Morgan has a friend getting married.
Oh my God, how fun.
Yeah.
When Taryn got married, it was literally the time of my freaking life.
So, that'll be the first time I've ever been out of the country. So,
You have your passport and everything already set, right?
yeah. Oh, I've been having my passport since I turned 18. So, it's just been sitting there ready. The only time I've ever
Ready to be used.
The only time I've ever used it was twice in Vegas.
When you lost your ID.
When I lost my ID, and then my 24th birthday, I didn't realize that my ID expired. So I realized a few weeks after my birthday and a week before I was supposed to go to Vegas. So you can't fly with a paper ID. And obviously,
Thank God you had a passport.
no one will take, like bars won't take
A
a
paper
paper
ID.
ID. So
No.
I had to fully use my passport. And I honestly don't
at least
even
you had it.
I honestly don't even think I pulled out my passport once, which is insane because I feel like every other time I've been to Vegas, I'm constantly being ID'd,
Pulling
having
it
to
out.
pull it out. And then the one time I didn't even have it, I just had my passport. I literally don't even think I used it once, other than at the airport.
You're like, bro, I'm not that old. Come on.
No, exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. But yeah, so I might be going out of the country. TBD.
Okay, well, can't wait to, keep me updated on that and see where that freaking goes, because that'll be so much
I
fun.
know. I mean, it's so far away, but it's also not.
It's really not.
I'm also trying to use like this weekend and next weekend to like fully catch up on sleep and rest because I have my big festival coming up the week after.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, you know, my life is about to get so stressful. I mean, it already is, but like today, stressful.
That is around the corner.
No, it's in 2 weeks, basically, not including this week.
It'll be okay. You got it.
Yeah, it's fine.
You got it.
It's fine. So, I think it's time to move into our next segment, which we have newly introduced. We've done it now 2 podcasts. Our top 3 NFL fits of the week. Cassidy,
Yes.
Who did you see? Who caught your eye? What looks stood out to you?
So I'm really trying to branch out to like new teams and like not the same freaking teams, but like sometimes I just blank and I'm like, what teams are even
You're like, what teams
what teams
exist?
are out there? No, literally, I don't freaking know. But this one is DeAnthony Bell. He's from the Cleveland Browns. It was a very like it was just very, very baggy black pants, very textured. It almost looks like they're leather, but there's so much going on in the pants with like the texture, but like they're just solid black. And then he just has like a crop tee with like a bedazzled belt on.
Ooh,
it just looks
cute.
really like cool and stylish.
Yeah, okay.
Not something I would usually go for.
We love it.
But very on trend, very out there, very like look at me. So I loved that one. And then this is also the Cleveland Browns. What he was wearing was freaking awful, but I just had to shout him out. Joel Bitoni, but yeah, I don't know. People are literally going to hate me when they're like, "That's my favorite player,"
and you're like, "Sorry."
His dog was walking with him, and like I've never seen that before. Like he literally just had a person behind him, like he's walking through like with his outfit where everyone's walking through, and then like just his big ass dog is walking with him, and he's just like pointing at the dog, and I'm like, that's kind of cool.
Oh my god, I love
But
that.
anyways, that one's not even a part of mine, so that one doesn't count. That's just like a
Extra little throw in.
honorable mention.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I saw the 49ers. I was looking through their page. They had a paid partnership with Levi's. So a lot of the guys, a lot of the guys dressed in different Levi's things, and I found these like baggy jeans that had patches all over them. It says Leonardo Floyd. I really wish I knew these players a bit better, but I just don't. It's only their name.
Okay.
But I'm loving the look, and it makes me want to like start collecting patches and like making jeans of like patches like everywhere you've been or something like that, because they look really cool. But I also thought it was cool that they did a partnership with Levi's, because I feel like you don't really see that either. I wonder what that price tag was for Levi's.
Yeah, I don't know. One thing I did notice, like doing research, especially on some of the Instagrams, a lot of the like these like fashion segments on like the team's pages are sponsored. I've noticed almost all of the ones that I looked at for this week. Not every single one, but a lot of them were sponsored by something. Like there was one that I found that was sponsored by Gillette, one that was sponsored by Kroger, another one sponsored, I don't remember exactly who it was, but I was like, wait, that's genius.
Yeah, no, definitely genius, but I would love to know
how much
the money works on that. Yeah. And then lastly, even though he played like freaking crap. I don't even know why I'm mentioning him. Dak, he was just in a, navy blue, very nice suit. I always love like a good, nice fitted suit, walking in on game day, meaning business. And then he had a Van Cleef necklace that was
I saw.
amazing.
I know.
Come on, I can't imagine the price tag on that.
It was insane.
Like,
I mean, no, it had to have been so crazy because there was also diamonds on it.
Yep. Yeah. So that's definitely what caught my eye, and I was like, God, that is freaking beautiful. But yeah, no, he looked great. I wished it was a full body picture. It's only like chest up. But yeah, he looked great, and the jewelry was 12 out of 10.
Slay. I love it. I love it. Okay, for my list, number 1, we have Devontae Adams. So he plays for the Raiders. And I saw another player wearing this outfit that I'm about to explain, but in a different color. So I was like, okay, slay. I love it.
Okay.
They were on 2 different teams. Don't remember who the other person was. So Devontae was in a blue Dior set, like almost like utility. So it was like it looked like a utility vest. And then he was in shorts.
Okay.
I could not see from the pictures what shoes he was wearing. But it was like a super light, like turquoise blue. And then he had a black leather bucket hat that's like almost had like the Bottega braiding, like the braided leather. So it was like a braided leather bucket hat. And it just like looked super nice, super clean, because the Dior like logo was, again, something I had never seen before. It was like in a circle and it just said Dior, and then there was some like sort of design. So it was black and it brought in the black bucket hat, and I just thought it was like fun, unique, colorful. I really liked the utility vest. Like I really, really liked it. And then I saw the other player wearing it in like a peach color. So, obviously, they were dressed by somebody because they were pretty much in the same outfit almost. The other guy didn't have a bucket hat on, but I don't know. I just really liked it. I liked the like addition of the bucket hat. And then I can only imagine who's probably wearing some like black shoes to kind of go with it. Either like the low ankle booty, something almost like utility like. So, It looks pretty sick.
Saying. I like when it's like out there and like different for, a game day vibe. I feel like that's really the only time that can get attention like that and like look great.
Absolutely. Okay, my second player that I have is T. Higgins. He plays for the Bengals. So he was in basically like, I feel like all of my looks I pick are like just like black, almost like streetwear. But he was in like these black, like studded jeans. I don't know really how to describe it, but it was just studded on the sides. He was wearing black Converse. And then he was wearing a black sweater vest in white writing. It said good luck. And then there was like some red accents. And so it was like sleeveless, just like a black sweater vest. And he was wearing these really sick sunglasses, inside. And he just like looked very cool, very street. It was like a very elevated look, but it also could be worn, by anybody. So I really liked that. I don't know, it just looked like cool and like pulled together. And he pulled it off so well, so I had to put him on the list.
Nice.
Okay, and then last, this is my almost like kind of out there, definitely, a little bit bougie. So KJ Osborne, he plays for the Patriots. So he was wearing like this black outfit. So it was like a black jacket and then black pants. So in his jacket had like these emerald geodes. So like little emerald like rocks, like cascading down the jacket. So like the buttons were like the emerald like rock geode things. And then starting from the collar down, they like cascaded down his shoulders and then got more sparse as they went down the jacket. It was just, it was sick. It was like it was out there, but it also wasn't like too crazy. Like I really had to like look at the jacket for a second to like realize that it was like little like geode rocks all over his jacket. So he looked super cool. And I just thought it was something different that we hadn't really seen before. coming from some of the players. So that's why he made my list.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like have started to figure out that I kind of like love talking about men's fashion. Like they sometimes know how to take it to like a whole nother level where I'm like,
100%.
this is amazing.
100%. And two, I really like that they're also accessorizing. And granted, like these looks aren't necessarily like good for every day.
Right.
You know, obviously they're more of like, they're pretty much just going from their bus, taking a picture, and then they're changing into something else. But I like that they're having fun and playing around. But I feel like looking at their outfits, looking at the fashion, you're able to take certain pieces and incorporate it into your everyday looks. And I do like how some of them, are extremely dressed up, and then some are almost like a little bit more casual. And you can, again, take pieces and intermix it into like everyday looks, or even like kind of look at it as, okay, I'm going to style an outfit based on, you know, what he's wearing with what I already have in my closet, or what I can get from ASOS, what I can get from, you know, other men's stores.
Yeah. No, and I also love that it's just like such a big range. Like you have people literally in suit and ties, you have the cool streetwear, and then you literally have people in a t-shirt and like basketball shorts. Like you can literally wear whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Like if you're not into fashion, all right, you don't have to participate.
But you can
don't have to wear
pull
anything crazy.
stuff. You can 100% get inspiration and pull stuff, you know, for like, okay, you're going out, you're going to dinner with your girlfriend. You have a big, you know, you have a date coming up. Or you're hitting the town with your bros. Like you can still like almost like look to these, pull inspiration. And I feel like guys are just so afraid to accessorize. And
they're afraid to branch out, and sometimes like I love it, like when I see a guy wearing something like different and like it's put together well, I'm like, wow, like,
and like
I
love that, you know, football players, like these NFL players, are starting to do that, because, you know, it's like you look at these players and you're like, oh, they're manly, like they're, you know, tough, they, you know, they go out on the field every day. And they're also not afraid to almost play dress up. And, like, they're into fashion. And, like, they have stylists. And, like, they put together outfits. And, like, I feel like it's, you know, it's helping the men's fashion industry 100%.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree on that. As we were talking about NFL, I just wanted to hit on something literally so quick. Tiana, otherwise known as TT on TikTok, you know, the whole Cody Ford situation. She has now been going to like so many different like NFL games that like different teams are inviting her to. Obviously, there's a huge thing right now that she went to the Minnesota Vikings and that like her new man is on that team. If that's true, I have no freaking idea. And then she was just at the Falcons and Chiefs game and she was rooting on the Falcons, and then in a few weeks, she literally has an event at the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm just like, I'm loving this for her. I'm excited to see how she kind of like capitalizes on this and how and where she takes it. Because you've never kind of seen this done before, of like a woman, you know, being invited to different games who's not really, you know, a girlfriend or a wife or like associated with someone within the NFL anymore. So that's definitely cool to see, and I'm excited to see where she goes from here and how the NFL helps her out, if in any way.
No, I think
So-
that's neat. I mean, for sure, capitalize on it, and hell yeah, like get your bag, show up to all the NFL games, because she deserves that. She deserves that attention.
Yeah. No, she freaking does. But on the other hand, speaking of love and people getting married, I know Maddie is so excited to hit on this on September 21st, this past weekend. Shannon Ford got married probably for like the third or fourth time, but like doesn't matter. To the same man.
It doesn't matter.
To the same man.
It does not matter.
But I'm so excited to get into this because obviously amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so to those listening, we haven't talked about Shannon Ford, well now Shannon Ford Middleton, in quite a bit. And to those that are listening, she is like one of my favorite influencers and just personality wise. I mean, obviously I've never met her, but you know, fashion wise, style wise, and just like overall, just she is just such a cool human that I like literally am like obsessed, and not in a weird way, but I am. So I just like love her and James's story. So she got married to another content creator from the UK, James Middleton. They have been together probably what, like 2-ish years or something, but they
Maybe, yeah.
met in Barcelona, and she thought she would never see him again. And then she ended up like making a trip out to London, and they hung out, and they pretty much just like hard launched the relationship after like only a few weeks of knowing each other, which is crazy. They did long distance for a really long time. And he's like a fitness influencer type deal. And they did long distance for a while, and then he moved to the US. They bought a house together. And so back when they bought the house, I'm pretty sure that that's when they got married. They obviously got married so that he most likely, you know, could have citizenship in the United States, I'm assuming.
Correct.
And then also I think it's because they bought a house because their title is under the Middleton last name. Don't ask me how I know that. My friend is, she has like her realtor's license, and somehow she found out. So
interesting.
Don't ask how.
But it was a secretive wedding. Yes. No one knew they got married until like a few months ago or something.
So she just this year she announced that they got married, and they got married like basically she announced on their like 1 year of marriage. They got publicly engaged after they got secretly married. But that's kind of a whole backstory. But obviously if you are marrying someone from a different country, you know, or if you're getting married in a different country, which they did, you do have to get married beforehand. So, hey, I mean, might as well. So they had...
But it was like, that's so Shannon Ford coded.
Oh my
to get married and then get engaged and then get married, like, again.
No.
In a different country.
Yeah. And they even had a fake wedding for her, godchild.
Niece, basically.
Yeah, basically niece. So she pretty much has been married 3 times now. But they got married off the Amalfi Coast in Italy, and royal wedding. I'm obsessed. Everything was perfect. The details, like it was so her. It was so Italy. It was so like just it looked so much fun. Picture perfect.
Yeah.
Like out of a storybook. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, I mean, her dresses were amazing. She had 3 different ones. She had one that she, like, got ready in, but I really think she only took pictures in, like, once she was, like, ready with, like, you know, full hair, full glam. That was, like, basically just all lace where you could see, like, her undergarments. Very sexy, very Shannon Ford.
Very Shannon Ford.
But also just very classy as well.
Yeah.
Like, she just knows how to, like, do it good. And one thing, her wedding dress, I was in love with it.
I'm so shocked that you wear I loved it.
I know, I am too.
So I loved it. I mean, honestly, anything that girl wears, I am like, yeah, it's perfect because it's Shannon Ford. It's perfect. Her dress, when she posted a picture of her in her dress, I was like, I mean, I don't even know what I was envisioning.
I don't either. Literally, I have no idea. But that was everything and more. So her coded.
So good. Her hair.
I was so surprised. Oh, her hair. Sign me up with the stylist because they said, or she was like, I want to go very natural. Like, I want my hair done, but I still want it to look like natural waves, natural curl. Amazing.
No,
like, it literally looked exactly like that. And I was like, yeah, I want that as well. But her wedding dress, it was long, but like it was a short one and it was sheer the rest of the way down. And I'm usually a more like traditional, you know, long. That's like on my like wedding list of like lookalikes.
It was
I
beautiful.
loved it.
And then her reception dress.
The detailing.
Oh
detailing was insane.
Just the details throughout the entire wedding were insane. Her dresses, of course, I mean, I feel like everyone expected something just like jaw-dropping,
Right.
out there and unexpected, and she 100% delivered. But like just the details throughout the entire weekend, you know, she was actively posting, you know, kind of throughout the whole time, as one does, which I actually want to get into after we kind of like talk through our wedding and like all the details. But so like for their welcome party, they did an all white party, and so she wore white with like a beaded dress that was like purples, greens. She wore like these green heels, but everyone arrived on via boat. And originally, their original plan was they rented out a ferry for everyone to take, and then they would take like a little boat to meet, you know, to go to the party. Well, the ferry ended up canceling. So they had to rent individual boats for everybody in the welcome party. Obviously, they could fit a couple to a boat, but they had to rent multiple boats for everyone to go via, like, insane, absolutely insane. But she was like, honestly, it just made it 10 times better. That like,
Yeah.
she was like, a ferry. I'm so glad that we didn't actually end up doing a ferry, which is again just crazy. And
she did, obviously, if it's out of the country, it was a smaller wedding that I really liked.
Yeah, definitely a lot smaller. And then I just want to talk about like the day of and like the reception afterwards. The plates were like customized. They were like, they literally looked hand done, hand painted, had sardines on them, and it said the Middletons at the very bottom on every single person's plate.
And, like, are you getting those shipped back to you? Where are those going?
I don't know.
Is that, like, a souvenir take home?
Everyone can take it home. And, like, the name cards were seashells with, like, a pearl in them with everyone's name handwritten. The menu was, like, hand-painted. I mean, it was just stunning. And then they ended up doing, like, a surprise fireworks show for their guests.
Oh, my God. I love that. And she's like, we wanted to keep it a surprise, and, like, I'm so glad we did because it made it 10 times better.
And then they closed their night out at a nightclub.
Yeah. And she's like, I insisted on everyone wearing these, like, glow-in-the-dark, like, cowboy hats that were, like, all colorful.
I mean, and she just looked, all of her outfits were absolutely stunning, and I'm literally just obsessed. Like, it was the perfect wedding.
Yeah. No, I absolutely loved every single bit of it, and I'm so glad I was, like, in love with her dress, because lately I feel like we've talked about some weddings where I'm just like,
not
like,
really feeling it.
Nah, I don't like it. And, like, even seeing on Instagram other dresses, I'm like, I need something jaw-dropping that I'm like, yep, that's going on my list.
Oh.
And that was it. That was it.
No, I've literally thought about it, and I'm like, when it comes to time for us to go, like, wedding dress shopping, it's going to be a miracle if we find anything.
And that is what I'm concerned about, because I'm sorry, it's going to have to be custom made.
No, like, it is going to have to be, like, the most unique, one-of-a-kind, individual, like, I literally want I don't even know what I'm saying. I want someone to look at it and be like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like that. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's perfect. I might have to pay $10 million for my wedding dress.
Well, that's why we're just getting married a little later in life, because, like, we'll be big by then, and, like, we'll have some extra cash to, like, be able to spend on stuff like that, you know? Like,
absolutely.
Everything's gonna fall into place. I'm literally not worried about it whatsoever.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I mean, just everything about her wedding weekend just seemed perfect. You know, the smaller wedding, like, I don't know, it just seemed very intimate. It seemed very, like, sentimental, even though, you know, they did get married in a different country. And not, like, a country of, like, you know, his home birth. That's what I was going to say. That's not
his home country.
Yeah, his home country. Obviously not hers. And, I don't know, it just seemed gorgeous. I wish I could have been.
Yeah, it was. And I was like, I'm hoping she posts like a little bit more. I might have missed some because like I don't know if I saw the plates.
Oh,
I
I see. I'm
don't.
also like a super big story watcher, so I'll be clicking through those stories.
Yeah, I need to go back and like look at it all too. And I just hope she posts like so much more because I just know the photos
Stunning.
anywhere along that weekend we're gonna be freaking
Oh my
amazing.
God.
No
Yeah,
matter
and I
what.
follow like her best friend or like all of her best friends and everything, especially because like a lot of them live in Nashville. But
Yeah.
one thing I want to talk about is okay, so like the influencer world, obviously, and like the content creator world and like wedding content creators. One thing, obviously, you can tell that Shannon Ford did not choose to have her wedding sponsored by anyone, so she wasn't doing any like active posting about like, oh, thank you to so and so for, you know, supplying us with flowers or whatever, whatnot.
Yeah.
I just want to know how much, you know, Shannon, for example, is paying to get her photos turned around next day.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. No, I freaking
To get
agree.
previews turnaround next day because the average wait time for photos for a wedding in the wedding industry is 3 months.
Yeah, months, months. I'm almost thinking, I mean, though, yes, they were very high quality. But I think where you're starting to see the fast turnaround is also like content creators who are still using top of the line things
Yeah, I just
like
a lot
equipment.
of the photos look like they were taken on like professional like cameras.
And I mean, the thing is, you also have to come down to like, this is like a well-known person, you know, and they probably traveled from the US, I would guess. And you know, money talks. And she probably said, I
Yeah.
will pay you extra and let me have at least a preview 24 hours later.
Yeah, because I mean, like, these people are committed to posting pictures, like, during their wedding weekend. You best believe I will probably be MIA.
Really. See, I thought what we were going to talk about is will will it bother you if somebody
Post
else posts a
before.
picture of you
No,
before
I don't
you?
think so. Because
Okay.
it's not going to be, like, a great, perfect quality picture. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
people will post, but it's not going to be, like, they're not going to really see my entire dress. It might be, like, at the reception and I'm, like, cutting the cake. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, you
Okay,
can't really
fair.
see exactly what I'm wearing. You know, obviously people won't have phones during the actual ceremony.
Yeah.
But I'm also just one of those people, I'm not the best. On stories, yes, I'm, like, okay at real-time posting. But if it's, like, from, like, an event or, like, something big, no, I take the time, like, afterwards and I, like, go through all the pictures and then, like, I post. But
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're posting, you know, like full on get ready. I don't know. Like, I don't think I would have a problem with it because you also can't control everyone and like what they post from your wedding reception.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that you kind of do have to think about it, but at the same time, too, a lot of times, you know, your wedding planner will also be posting for you, either for you or of you throughout the day. If you hire a content creator to like, you know, or a wedding content creator, they'll be making stuff and they'll be updating your stories as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, like your friends and stuff, obviously, like while y'all get ready, obviously they'll post certain things here and there. But I don't think I would have a problem with it because, like, obviously I know I'm going to be the one posting the best pictures.
Yeah. I guess that is true. I guess my thing is like I don't really want you posting like a full body pic of me and people being like, "Oh, that's what her dress looks like." Like, no, I want you to have the amazing
See,
looking photo as your first look.
one thing I was thinking of, like, oh no, I would want people to post because I want all the nosy people to be like, oh my God, what does she look like? Like, what does her wedding look like? Because obviously I know I'm going to be having the most beautiful wedding to ever exist in the most beautiful dress to
Obviously.
ever exist. So, because I'm nosy when it comes to other
Oh, me
people.
as
Like,
well.
I love when other people are posting that they're at
Yeah.
a wedding so that I can see what's happening and I can like look at everything and be like, oh damn, that was like a really nice wedding, or like, meh, okay, could have been better. Like I would have done things differently.
I like how we're like, that could have been better.
You know? But I mean, to me, it's like I know that no one's going to be taking like an individual singlet of me and then putting it on their social media. And if anything, it's going to go on a story and it's most likely I'll repost it. But it's not going to be like the jaw-dropping photos. So to me, it's like I don't really feel like I have a problem unless they're like being like weird and like, they almost have a motive behind the way I can tell that they're trying to post, then we'll have a problem. Like, if you're trying to use my wedding as just solely content, and then you're, like, trying to take content of me when you're just a guest, no. Then I'll have a problem. Then I'll have a problem.
No, I agree. Okay, well, I'm excited to see so many more pictures come out. I mean, the pictures that have already came out of her wedding are gorgeous. And I freaking love the ones of her getting ready. And then she snuck one of James. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
James? Okay. I was like, why doesn't that sound right? Snuck one in of James getting ready, of him like putting his shirt on. I was like, oh my god, sexy. Like, what
he's literally so hot. So
yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for
no,
you.
100% too. And then like leading up to her wedding, so she has a podcast, if y'all don't know. Probably a podcast. And she's talked about this a lot. But like when she first met James in Barcelona, her and her friend were like on this trip together. And they went to a restaurant, and in the restaurant you can buy a bottle of wine, and then you can like drink it, and then you can write a note on it, and like the restaurant will hold it. Like they'll just keep it. So they like bought a wine bottle.
I love this.
She wrote on it. She wrote something on the front. I don't even remember. It was like some saying on the front.
But I know, I think it was like, I met a guy named James. Like,
she, on the back. So she wrote like a saying on the front, just like a random saying. But on the back, she said, I met an English boy in Barcelona, to be continued, ...
Yeah.
And she ends up marrying him, which is insane.
And I think she sent her mom to go find the wine bottle and be able to pick it up and take it.
Yeah, so the mom, like, basically her parents ended up replacing the bottle. So they bought a bottle, and then they wrote on it something about, like, James and Shannon getting married and, like, their wedding date and, like, where it is. And then they asked the waiter, they're like, can we please take this? And the waiter was like, sure. So, yeah, and she, like, they were, like, crying, and her family friends were, like, sending her pictures of, like, her parents crying as they were, like, finding the bottle and reading the bottle and, like, writing their new note and stuff. And I just was like, that's just, like, that only happens in story tales.
No, that's like a fairy tale.
No, like...
definition of a friggin' fairy tale.
It's insane, but so happy for them and their gorgeous wedding, and I wish them a very long and happy life together.
Yes, no, it was freaking amazing. And then the last thing I want to hit on, that's just something very small, quick, and easy. Do you know what Shop My is?
So I only have seen it like once or twice.
Okay. So I'm feeling it out. Shop My is kind of like to know it, like LTK, that everyone's on, you know, every freaking influencer, every blogger, anything you can think of, they're on there, on Like to Know It, you know, putting their outfits on there, tagging their outfits, whatever. So Shop My, same concept, but it's a little different to where you can make like shelves, like little category folders of like, oh, like my makeup routine that I use every single day, and that can be like on your main feed. To me, it kind of looks like a social media for like your products, and it has like different tabs that you can go through. I'm really liking it, but something I also noticed is like, maybe I'm just stupid or I haven't figured it out. I don't think you can follow people. Like, I go on my Shop My app, and like I can't look anyone up. I can't do any of that. I have to go find their link. And I think that's weird, that I think you should be able to like look it up and search it just like you would anyone else and follow that person as well. But you can also link like your Instagram, your YouTube, your TikTok, and take postings off there to upload and then put your clothes underneath. So I'm really liking the concept of it. I think they, are trying to like kind of outdo like to know it a little bit, but I just don't know if it's there yet.
Yeah, I mean, like I've heard of like I said, I've really only seen it like a handful of times. There's another platform that a lot of people use as well, like some of the bigger creators, but I forget what it's called. I've honestly never looked into it. But I'm glad that you brought it up because in the notes it made me think of something else that I have actually been meaning to talk about a while on the podcast. Is something I've noticed from a lot of like bigger creators. A lot of them are almost like starting to even veer away from linking anything publicly. And I have noticed in so many people's captions, in Champagne Chanel, Emily Travis, in Dee Rad, in Anna Grace, freaking Courtney Shields, like all of these influencers that are, I would say a little bit like of an, not older generation, but like a good few years older than us. They're like literally saying like, comment this if you want the link and I will DM you the link personally.
Okay, so yes, I have seen that freaking everywhere and it really irritates. That's just like such an extra freaking step, to like get it and then you have to wait for the DM. But it is like an automated thing. I don't know if you've ever commented before to get a link sent to
I've
you.
never.
So it has to be something in your settings, if you have enough followers or something that you can turn that on, because it's totally an automated thing that gets sent to you a few seconds, maybe a few minutes after that you comment that. My issue is everyone is wanting to get in, every brand is wanting to get in on linking and having their own affiliate suite. Like Abercrombie has their own thing you can link to. Now Target has their own thing you can link to. Like, it's becoming too much across totally different platforms where you have to set up a totally different things and things aren't linking together. You can't link a whole outfit. You just have to link your Abercrombie stuff or you just have to link your Target stuff. So I don't know how we're going to get over that hump, or like if the Abercrombie and Target stuff are going to last. The longevity of like to know it or shop.
I mean, I definitely haven't seen that. But I also just kind of feel like a lot of like linking is, I don't know. I've definitely seen like a shift and it's not as like pushed. And I think people are trying to like not really push it as much unless like they are asked, because I feel like for a hot minute there, it was like really overdone by a lot of people. And I think, I don't know, it's almost like I feel like there needs to be an even more innovative way so that, because now everyone can link stuff and everyone's making these different accounts, where it's almost like I feel like I don't know, like, I mean, there's really not any other ways to do it, but I don't know.
I think also like Dee Rad is a great one. I love her. I think she's very humble, a very, godly family person. And I've seen on her stories a lot, like, please never feel like pressured to buy something off my site because I'm linking it. And like, I think people understand that it's a hard time for everyone, honestly.
Yeah.
If you're not making millions, and like a lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck and cannot afford to be buying link after link after link after link. And I think that's what it's turned into for a lot of people, is they're like, oh, I want it. And they just keep buying and buying and buying. But then, these bigger creators realize like, hey, maybe let's not push this as hard, because like people aren't in the situation where a lot of people can be buying, what freaking brands are sending me for free every week, just going and going and going. So yeah, I'm just curious to see how all of this works out and how even Shop My goes. I get what they're trying to do, but I'm just wondering if anyone can take down LTK. I mean, it's such a big
I think
platform that
it's
people have been
yeah.
using.
I think it's one of those things where it's been around for so long that it's going to be really hard for people to stop using it. And it's like, because it's like second nature. You know, now it's like, okay, I'll just go check their like to know it. Because again, it's been around for so long. I mean, that's one of those things like Threads. Okay, Threads was like, oh, we're going to take down Twitter. We're going to be the next Twitter. When was the last time you used Threads? I mean, honestly, when was the last time I used Twitter? Literally never. But
Right.
at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like nothing, like you're going to make it and like we'll actually replace Twitter. Or like, you know, Instagram, or like there was that Lemonade that was trying to kind of replace all of them at the same time. And I mean, I still see ads for it, but I just don't feel like it's that big.
Yeah, it never.
And it's almost like
whatsoever.
it needs to stick in a sense of like, and I've seen people use Shop My, but I really haven't seen it as much. Like I've seen like, there's like 1 or 2 people that I know that use it. I mean, I've never like looked into it, but I'm also really bad at linking stuff, so.
And the cool thing on Shop My is like you are like a tier and you have to make your way to each tier, and after each tier you like unlock more and more things. Like
definitely
you unlock,
not
like,
going to be able to do that.
like DMing certain brands to collab with them, like DMing them directly kind of thing. That's obviously like the top of the top one. But I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying it, and I want to see like how it goes and just see where I can go, because a lot of it, I mean, I think you run into this with all platforms like that, but a lot of things like Zara, you can't link on Like to Know It, but you can on Shop My. But you don't get like commission off of it because Zara just doesn't believe in that, I guess. But it is nice to link the whole outfit no matter what. So,
have you noticed?
We'll
have
see.
you noticed changes in commission? As in, like, because you know, on Like to Know It on the back end, it'll tell you how much of a % of commission you get based on like a sale. Does it tell you on Shop My? Have you noticed? Like, is there a big difference between the two?
On certain ones, yes. Like Rare Beauty, since like they send me PR, I guess like my Instagram just linked with them and they knew we'd worked together before because they DM'd me on Shop My.
Oh, good.
Saying, hey, you unlocked like one of our highest commissions. You'll get 15% commission on all Rare Beauty linked directly to our site.
Oh, dang.
It's like 15%, like that's good. That's huge. But then like you go, I think I leaked like from Adidas and they were like 12, which is great. But then I did Kendra Scott and it was like 3. I make way more on Like to Know It. I think it's like 7 to 9 maybe on Like to Know It. So yeah, it's just weird, and they obviously all have contracts together of like what percentage they'll give you.
I'm just so bad at linking stuff. Like,
I am too. I do so good. It's like anything freaking else. I do so good, and then I freaking fall off the bandwagon, and then I get back up, and then I fall off. But we'll see. Because you can make some good money from it. You really can. But I'm excited to kind of see where it goes and have something like fresh and new and exciting. You know, sometimes LTK, I'm like, oh, okay, here you go. So we'll see.
Well, I love it.
I've enjoyed it.
I love it. Is it a little bit easier to link on? I mean, I guess it's easy to link on Like to Know It, but sometimes it's just annoying.
Yeah, you just literally copy the URL and then paste it, and it like automatically populates like the picture, the URL, the name of it, and everything. It auto generates everything for you. Yeah, no, it's super freaking easy. So yeah, on Shop My, it is in my bio. I'm Kassidy Ray, just like I am on everything else. Let me just plug myself real quick. Go check it out.
I love it. I don't have one, but check out all my other stuff in the meantime.
Yeah. Go hit the link in bios.
Exactly.
You'll find everything you need.
Exactly. But I think that's all I have for today's episode. I want to go get some food and honestly go straight to bed.
I know, I'm so hungry, so I'm excited to go eat. But thank y'all once again for tuning in. Remember, like, subscribe, share, rate, comment, any of the above at Fashionably Broke Pod.
Rate and leave a review. Please,
Yes.
please. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to hear how you're liking the podcast. We'd love to hear, just even if you say, hey. Please, just like drop us a little comment, leave us a little review. We love you guys so much. And yeah, that's it. Love you. Thank you for listening.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See y'all next week.